Alright, what's going on, everyone? There's a new event and we gotta talk about it. So this is the starter deck duel. It's actually pretty cool. So what this is a self-contained game mode where you can play these starter decks unedited against each other. This is something that people have been asking for just because it's a nice way to play for free-to-play players. You have hopefully somewhat balanced decks. We don't know how balanced they are now, but we have decks and you just play them against each other. Very battle box style, right? Pretty cool. There is some interesting stuff going on with this though. First off, in the past, these have not needed to be balanced against each other. So for example, if Ignite the Forge was just significantly better than Spellweaver, that didn't really matter because they weren't playing against each other out of the box very often, right? I mean, you would have new players who would get these and play them, and I'm sure they get matched up against each other regularly, but they're also editing the decks, right? I make guides how to upgrade them with commons and uncommons. I'm sure other people do as well. So few people are playing them straight out of the box, and what this means now is because there's this self-contained battle box thing, if these are imbalanced, it's not going to work. We need to make sure they're well balanced against each other, and there's always going to be matchups that, you know, like maybe this deck just always beats this one, but this deck always beats this one, and this one always beats this one, and so on and so forth. That's going to happen. But if there's just like a strictly better or strictly worse deck, that's not good, especially because apparently this is how you unlock the decks now. And this is good and bad. Good for new players, potentially bad for older players like myself. Not too bad for me because I'll be playing these either way because I do upgrade guides. But in the past, with my upgrade guides, I would get comments from people saying, you know, how do I unlock this deck? They'll watch this video and they'll be like, hey, I don't have this deck yet. How do I unlock it? And the answer is magic, witchcraft. I don't know. It just happens. I believe they unlocked when you did daily challenges, which if you're like me. You know, these you should do these. But basically you would do those and you would unlock them eventually. You didn't get to pick which one you unlocked. They just like unlocked randomly, and I don't know. But now it's pretty simple. You enter this event, you pick a deck. It is free to enter. By the way, everyone should probably go here and enter it once because you get 2 free rares, so be sure to get these. But you enter it. If you get 3 wins, you get to unlock the deck. There's no punishment for losing, right? If you play this deck and it takes 10 games to get 3 wins, that sucks. But it's not like you have to retry over and over again, right? It's not like if you go 2 wins and then you lose, you have to start over. It's just play it. Once you get the 3rd win, you unlock the deck. Now, what's weird about this, and we'll have to figure out how this works in a few months, but in the past, if you already have all the decks unlocked, when standard rotates and there's a new batch, you just get all the decks for free. So like if you've been playing this game for a couple of years, you might not even know that all of these just unlocked on your account automatically. And that is very relevant because these decks have a ton of rares, and I don't think people realize this. The way these decks work is when a new batch comes out, like when this deck was released, it gets added to your account and then it uses your cards to fill it out. And then anything that you're missing, it adds automatically. And there are tons of rares in these, by the way. So let's just take a look really quick. Oh, I guess we could only look at the singletons, right? They don't give us double. So like, this is rare. That's 1. That's a rare 2. That's a rare 3, 4. Mythic, we'll just say 5, 6 for Dollhouse, and there's a rare dual land. So there's 5 rares, 1 mythic, and a rare dual land. That's crazy, right? And let's say, for example, when this deck released, you already had Dollhouse of Horrors, like that's something that you had in your collection, but you didn't have this. It wouldn't give you a second copy of Dollhouse. It would just use your copy and the deck, but then it'd give you one of these. And this just happened automatically. It might even happen for like commons and uncommons, because when this deck released, this Juggernaut wasn't in the deck, right? This is new. One of the problems I've had with these decks is I get comments from people saying like, hey, my deck is different, and yeah, like this card and this card and this card, these cards weren't even in existence when I did my upgrade guide. So they do kind of change over time, and maybe you just automatically get these cards, these new cards, this one, these 2. But either way, regardless, I don't know exactly how it works, but you do get all the rares. So there's what, 5, 6 rares here? What was it? It was 5, 6, 7 total. And then there's 10 decks, so that's 70 rares. They just get added to your account, minus the cards you already have. And that's great. And the question now is that going to continue? If you already have all these decks unlocked when Wilds of Eldraine releases, will we just get all the cards like we always do? Or are we now going to have to play this to unlock the cards? It still might be worth it, right? Like, if a deck like this comes out and, you know, you have one of the rares, but you don't have... Like, look at the rares in this, by the way. Tovolar, Alana and Elena. What else is in here? Howl Packpiper, Arlen, Reckless Stormseeker. I mean, there's competitive cards here. Reckless Stormseeker and Halana and Elena. If you're playing Werewolves in Standard, you get Tovolar and Arlen. And you get one of every dual land, right? So will we get these automatically, or are people going to have to play to unlock them? And the answer to that is, I just don't know. We don't know yet. We'll find out. It's possible that everyone who has them unlocked already is just going to automatically have them unlocked. And the only people who have to play for them are the people who have never unlocked them at all. Maybe that makes sense. But also it's possible that we just all have to play with them now to get the rares. But I mean, it's a giant pile of rares, so it's probably worth it regardless. Another thing to note is that there is a spark rank now. So basically, it's like a rank below bronze that you can't enter unless you're very low rank. Like, I have no way to play this spark rank thing. I can't even go to a screen to show it to you, I don't think. But to get back on topic here, I think this is a good thing. It's easier to understand. It's going to be easier for players to know how to unlock specific decks. You can see the deck beforehand to know if you want to unlock it. It's a lot of free cards that we always get anyway. And this is also just a fun, self-contained battle box thing. If you just want to play casually, if you're sick of playing, ranked and you just want to play something more casual, there's stuff like jump in and stuff. But this is also just nice to have. Maybe every once in a while, you just jump in this format. You grab this deck or whatever. Maybe you use it to complete color challenges, right? Like what are mine? I've got red and green and blue, so I could go play that werewolf deck and just grind these 2 challenges, right? So that's all pretty cool. So overall, I'd say pretty cool addition. Fun format. It's going to be important that the decks are balanced now, but it makes things clearer for new players, and I think that's a good thing. So yeah, just wanted to talk about that. Definitely go play in this event and get your 2 free rares and a free cosmetic. You'll probably get a full art fancy thing of a common you'll never play, but go get your 2 free rares for sure. And yeah, for new players, I think this is a much easier to understand thing, and it's a good thing. So just wanted to talk about that. Hopefully that's useful. I don't know, but thanks for watching regardless, and I will see you in the next one.